today we are going to upgrade the stock spoiler with the Joe Toth version. So I just got this back from my painter, and I don't know if you've seen that video yet, but pretty furious with him still. Got a nice little scratch here from where it was not installed properly. So I'm going to try to take this off and go through the install process. So the first step is to remove this. I have another video with this link right here above that you can click on if you don't know how to remove that. And then once that is out of the way, this just comes shipped with double-sided tape on both sides that you can just press it on. And I messaged Joe and he said that that is strong enough to keep it on in all gale-forced winds. So I actually had mine painted to the body color for most of it, and then on the back of it here is black. And I'm gonna eventually be putting the Porsche lettering here, probably later on today. All right, tried pulling this thing off, but that tape is super strong, so don't need to worry about it falling off on its own. Instead, I think that maybe this edge just needs to come back this way from when he took my trunk off. So I'm going to loosen these two 10 millimeters here. I can see that there's a tiny gap right here where this piece is not touching. And on the other side, you can see it is completely touching. So I don't know, it's worth a shot. All right, slid it down just a hair. So I don't know if there's any more gap here or not now. Let's see. Still see that it's super close over here and enough of a gap over here. So that sucks. Looks like this whole piece is closer on this side than on this side. All right, trying to find a good angle to show this. Here is the spoiler, and if we come under it, the glossy part on the right is part of the spoiler, but this right here is the lip of the piece that moves up and down, and it looks to me like this piece is supposed to hook under the lip instead of being tucked up under it. All right, guys, this is how awesome Joe Toth is. I just got off the phone with him describing my problem, sent him some videos, and he gave me a suggestion. I think it was gonna be my next step, but confirmed what probably is the problem, and I'll show it to you right now. I'll put some contact information of his below in the description. If you guys wanna order one of these, I highly suggest it. Customer service cannot be touched. Okay, so I am gonna assume that this is actually mounted correctly because it does look pretty flush to this. It's not sticking out anywhere weird. The only problem is this piece here is a little too far forward here. So what Joe said is that this piece that holds the piston actually has a little bit of play in it. So if we loosen the two bolts right down there, I should be able to move this back a little bit towards the rear of the car, which will increase our gap. So of course, with the stock spoiler, we don't have this extra thickness here. So that can cause some problems against the trunk line. Probably gonna be a little tricky to get to. It's gonna be a 5 millimeter hex, and the one on the left shouldn't be a problem, but I'll probably need some swivelly extension things to get to the other one, I'm guessing. All right, well, it turns out I don't actually have any generic swivel pieces. So, Harbor Freight, 5 minutes down the road for the win. How I haven't owned this before now boggles my mind, actually. But now we can get in there. And now we don't need to remove them. So, just loosen it a little bit. And the other one, you can see that the plastic is almost all the way up, touching there. All right, you can see we can move it a little bit here. So I'm gonna pull it all the way as far back as I can and tighten them back down. Now you can actually see there's the little white bits there. So there's a little bit more gap. And here's the real test, fingers crossed. Deliver this. And close it. Ah, yes, there we go. That's better. So there's our gap here, and pretty consistent all the way down. Cool, so there it is. There is our TOTH ducktail. And later on this evening, I'm gonna go pick up my lettering and put that on, show you what that looks like. But I think these things are pretty awesome. And this is what it looks like in the down position. So we got the alignment all squared away. And it's pretty cool.